With just 2 months left before the May trial, Sean "Diddy" Combs is reportedly in full damage control mode as claims emerge that Usher could testify against him, sending the stakes soaring. In response, Diddy's legal team has filed a high-stakes motion to suppress all evidence obtained during the federal raids on his mansion, a move that could dramatically alter the case. As the countdown continues, pressure is mounting, the legal battle is intensifying, and every decision now has the potential to change everything.
In his federal trial, senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky is back with the story. Good morning again, Aaron.
And to you, Michael, you'll remember federal agents from Homeland Security Investigations were hardly shy when they raided Sean Combs' opulent homes in Los Angeles and Miami, guns drawn. The jailed music mogul now argues those searches and other searches of his iCloud accounts, electronic devices, and New York City hotel room following his arrest were unconstitutional. His lawyers argue evidence obtained through those searches must be suppressed. Diddy's lawyers say the government presented a grossly distorted picture of reality when applying for the search warrants, omitting certain facts and including salacious details from an unnamed producer that were never credible. Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges. The defense is also arguing here his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, was a willing participant in drug-fueled sex performances called freak-offs.
Usher and Sean "Diddy" Combs have known each other for more than 3 decades, but their long history is now being re-examined amid deeply troubling allegations. According to past public statements attributed to Usher, his mother sent him to live with Combs at a young age, often referred to as Puffy Flavor Camp, believing it would help launch his music career. Usher has said that during this period he was exposed to adult environments far beyond his age, including explicit parties and clubs, and that he witnessed situations no child should experience. As these claims resurface, they cast a dark shadow over their relationship and are fueling renewed scrutiny as the case moves closer to trial.
Sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, and I'm telling him, look, you're gonna put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there, you got Craig Mack in there. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? We would fight, we would tussle.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor
some...
Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what
Camp.
it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was. But I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't
But
say
you
that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Uh-huh.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there, Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your
Jodeci,
parents were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige. They ain't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, could you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
I mean, I could. I
Yeah.
actually stayed up longer than them.
And what kind, do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to?
Allegations surrounding Sean "Diddy" Combs have expanded further, with some claims suggesting he groomed Usher and influenced him during his formative years in the industry. Actor Orlando Brown has also made public statements alleging a sexual encounter with Usher. However, these claims remain unverified, disputed, and have never been substantiated. Separately, Usher faced significant legal scrutiny between 2017 and 2018 when he was sued by 2 women and 1 man over allegations related to the transmission of herpes. That case was ultimately settled and dismissed after Usher reportedly paid approximately $1.1 million without admitting any wrongdoing. Together, these unproven allegations and past legal disputes continue to fuel public debate and heighten scrutiny around figures connected to the controversy.
Were obtained by Radar Online, and apparently back in 2009 or 2010, he had contracted herpes and passed it on to a celebrity stylist having unprotected sex with her. He had to pay $1.1 million to that woman for severe emotional distress. And he also covered her medical bills. That case was settled back in 2012. Now, allegedly, there was a greenish discharge from his penis.
Whoa, that's a booger. Your penis boogers? I didn't
But
know
they
that.
he said he went to the doctor. He was cleared of any STDs, so the woman went on and continued. Now, if I notice a greenish discharge oozing out of
exactly.
his penis,
Say Nickelodeon.
I don't know that I would
That ain't
continue.
slime.
What you gonna say?
I know all these kids playing with slime nowadays, but no.
I don't care who you are, okay?
Nothing green supposed to be coming out your penis.
Nah, not at all.
That's not how this works.
Questions are mounting about how far this controversy truly extends. Was Sean Diddy Combs directly responsible for what later unfolded in Usher's life? Or was it the adult environment he was allegedly exposed to at a young age? Recently resurfaced footage from one of Combs' infamous parties has reignited debate, showing Usher appearing uncomfortable amid adult behavior, substances, and chaos, while Combs is heard making remarks that seem to unsettle him. Whether this reflects influence, coercion, or something else remains disputed, but it has intensified a broader reckoning about what really happens behind the scenes in Hollywood.
We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you see Busta in the airport too. That one from trying to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Cat Williams.
Bro, you smashing a lot of people.
What's that name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's an Usher.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close to the bed. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. Usher look like he fresh off goddamn plane. Usher.
Fresh off the guard stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like that's how. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get up early.
Usher's career surged after his early connection with Sean Diddy Combs, but critics allege that the success came with unspoken expectations. According to these disputed claims, Usher later realized that continued access and opportunity required giving something in return. Around the same period, Combs was reportedly interested in rising teenage talent Justin Bieber, whom Usher helped discover, outmaneuvering Justin Timberlake to sign him and later facilitating introductions that brought Bieber into Combs' circle. While unproven, these allegations have reignited debate about power, influence, and the hidden dynamics behind fame in the music industry.
A manager, his name's Scooter Braun, flown out to Atlanta just to meet with him and meet different producers and different people. I was actually going to meet Jermaine Dupri at his studio, and who rolls up? Usher in his Range Rover. Yeah, rolls up, and I was like, "Is that who I think it is?" And Scooter was like, "Yeah." And so I ran up to him and I was like, Usher, I love your songs. You want me to sing you one? And he was like, let's just go inside, little buddy. It's cold out. So the politest possible way he could say no, he did. And I was like, wow, he just turned me down. And I was a little disappointed. He had to go into a studio session, so I was like, whatever. And a week later, he actually watched my videos with my manager. And was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I let him sing? So flew me back to Atlanta where I got to meet him again. And he wanted to sign me. But there was something else.
Justin Timberlake, right?
Yes, Justin Timberlake also wanted to sign me. It was like kind of like, what happened was Justin Timberlake and Usher both went into a ring and boxed it out. And the outcome was Usher. I think it was a TKO.
I am going to to stop you like that, but this is only a tease. Ladies and gentlemen, introduce to you Island Def Jam recording artist Justin Bieber's getting ready to go down. Just so you know, we're in the studio right now working on it. Get ready because it's going to be big. Ain't that right, Justin? That's right.
Claims involving Justin Bieber have added another volatile dimension to the controversy. In public interviews and widely circulated remarks, not courtroom testimony, Bieber has hinted that entering the industry so young, including his early connection with Usher, had a negative impact on his life. Many interpret these comments as reflections on the intense pressures, influences, and environments he faced at the start of his career, reigniting debate about mentorship, power dynamics, and the true cost of early fame.
Even Usher before?
No.
Do you know an individual entertainer by the name of Usher?
Yeah, Usher. That sounds familiar.
Isn't it true that Usher was instrumental in starting your career?
What does that have to do with this litigation, Mr. DeKalb? This is just you trying to harass the client.
Before we came back here, you would ask me.
She's going to
let her read back the question. Thank you for your memory.
I was found on YouTube.
This moment deserves close attention because it raises troubling concerns. When Justin Bieber was still a minor, private images of him were leaked, an incident that should have been met with protection and sensitivity. Instead, comments later attributed to Usher struck many as inappropriate and unsettling, shifting the focus away from safeguarding a young artist's privacy. For critics, this episode reflects a broader breakdown of boundaries in the industry and forces difficult questions about how vulnerable young stars are treated behind closed doors.
He's not Justin Bieber yet, he's just some kid. And he says, I want to sing for you.
It was at the studio of Jermaine Dupri's. I said, you know, why don't you set up a meeting between me and your manager? I'd love to meet with you and do this in a formal setting. I'm late for an appointment with Jermaine Dupri,
right?
And I don't want to keep him waiting. Let's just do this the right way.
And then you have him come to audition for you, right?
Actually, with a few people. My wife at the time.
Right.
It also was Perry Reed, L.A. Reid's first wife.
So you were all sitting in a room somewhere?
We were in a room.
Yeah.
And I showed her the video. And Perry says, are you crazy? You better get down there and meet this kid right now. He's amazing.
When all these pics come out and all this stuff with Bieber's big penis, are you the mastermind behind that? Say, listen, show off your big penis and people will come to those concerts. Or are you sitting there?
Is that the kind of man he's doing?
Usher, are you sitting down with him and saying, yeah, show you, or leave it in your pants? I mean, do you sit him down and say, look, part of this is PR,
Hey,
man.
by the way, he does have a brain of his own.
Yeah, but were you shocked at the size of his penis?
Hey, listen, he has a mind of his own. What he chose to do with his penis is his prerogative. He's managing that aspect of his life.
But Usher is somebody...
I have nothing to do with Justin Bieber's...
Critics argue that the fracture in Usher and Justin Bieber's relationship traces back to boundary failures when Bieber was still a minor. They point to uncomfortable public moments from that time that, in hindsight, should have been stopped and handled with far more care. While details remain disputed, Bieber has spoken openly about the shame and emotional weight he still carries from his early years in the spotlight. For many, his experience has become a stark example of how fame, power, and silence can collide, raising troubling questions about who truly protects young stars in Hollywood.
Montage. This is a montage that was shared by Evie Magazine. They do great work on their TikTok of Justin Bieber, again, just 15 years old, in Hollywood, surrounded by a bunch of adults. And you let me know if any of this registers to you as normal. Take a listen.
Wow! I feel violated right now. Wow.
Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad. Yeah. Wow, look at your eyes.
Some critics contend these events were less about Justin Bieber's well-being and more about self-interest and unchecked power within the industry. Commentators question why boundaries appeared blurred and why influential adults failed to step in while he was still a minor. And proven rumors have also circulated about a brief period when Bieber was allegedly under Sean Diddy Combs' supervision, adding to speculation about what happened behind closed doors. Bieber has largely avoided discussing those early experiences, a silence that has only fueled concern and renewed debates about accountability, power, and protection in Hollywood.
Take it to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there. But you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin.
In recent years, Justin Bieber appears to have quietly distanced himself from both Sean Diddy Combs and Usher, a shift fans haven't missed. Observers noted that Bieber unfollowed Usher on social media, and in 2023, he reportedly declined an invitation to join Usher on stage at the Super Bowl halftime show, one of music's biggest platforms. While no official explanation was given, the decision has fueled speculation and renewed questions about why Bieber may be stepping away from key figures from his early career.
Continuing the purge, he has now moved to unfollow Usher, his original mentor. So this is a very big story. And the reason why we should discuss this and we should not diminish what is happening, it's not celebrity drama. This is actually the fall of Babylon that we are witnessing, Hollywood Babylon, that is. Something happened in the background and people started noticing some things last year. In 2024, you guys will remember that Usher was tapped to perform at the Super Bowl. And people therefore assumed, because usually when you are tapped to perform the Super Bowl, you bring in all your hits, you call up all your homies, there's all of these guest surprises of people jumping on stage, and it's a trip down memory lane. So everyone was really hyped and assuming that Justin Bieber would be on the stage with him, especially because Justin Bieber went to this Super Bowl. The signs were there. But then news began breaking that actually no, Justin Bieber had snubbed him, that he had turned down Usher. People were wondering if this was true or just, usual rumor mill in the media. But then Usher confirmed it on the Breakfast Club. Kind of seemed like he was trying to make it seem like it wasn't a big deal, that here I am the mentor and he turned me down. Here is what Usher said explaining that on the Breakfast Club.
It might have been the fact that he was just, wanting to tell a different story right now. And I understand that. But we did have a brief conversation, and we're gonna do something else in the future. But there's no love lost or anything like that. I think that it's a lot of pressure for the Super Bowl, obviously, for me to put together a show. So I reached out to everybody. Justin wasn't the only person that I actually spoke to about doing the Super Bowl, but the moment was maybe for later.
But Usher says we shouldn't count Justin out as a future halftime headliner.
He's going to play the Super Bowl. I'll go ahead and give you that in the future. I'll profess that over his life and over his time because he has a career that deserves it.
Explosive allegations continue to circulate, with unnamed sources and online commentators claiming that both Usher and Justin Bieber were groomed by Sean Diddy Combs, claims that have never been proven in court. According to these accounts, industry insiders were allegedly aware of troubling behavior, but chose silence over accountability. Even more disturbing rumors suggest a serious incident involving a minor that allegedly led to hospitalization, an allegation that remains unverified and denied by those involved. While no official findings confirm these claims, their persistence has intensified public scrutiny and renewed calls for transparency and accountability within the entertainment industry.
A man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass. Bruh, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room. Had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth. Now I'm telling that because you taking up for somebody that you know and a lot of more people know didn't do you right when you was at Diddy camp.
You mentioned minors, you know, and a lot of people have been trying to drag Justin Bieber into this situation because there's a lot of like suspect looking videos with Diddy and Bieber in it, and you know they're making a lot of allegations.
Same way they made allegations about Usher when Usher was younger.
I mean, do you think that there's any credibility to these allegations?
When there's smoke, there's fire. Why would Diddy be tapping his kid in his chest to see if he wired? And asking him, are you wired? Why would he be confronting that kid? Why would Justin Bieber make a song about, what is it? I got smashed at a Diddy party or something like that? Why? There's reasons behind all this. So where there's smoke, there's fire, Ken. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, Justin, he's been real quiet about this. I mean, I think like a lot of the other celebrities.
I was reading some, Cam, and the kid say after he went to Diddy camp, he started using drugs so heavy and was smashed every day. What would cause a kid who wanted to be an artist in the music business all of a sudden to start getting high and drinking and drugging, popping pills and smoking? What would cause a kid to do that?
I mean, usually trauma.
Or a Diddy party.
If you don't mind me asking, because I know the topic is sensitive, what happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. You know, I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing something, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
Where did you hear it?
Bro, you know how people be talking and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And one probably say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas. I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, Nick was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. Well, I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard
New developments indicate growing turmoil within Sean Diddy Combs' legal team. Reports show that Anthony Rico, a prominent New York defense attorney, has filed to withdraw as Combs' counsel, citing irreconcilable differences. While details remain undisclosed, the sudden departure has fueled speculation about the case's stability and heightened the sense of mounting pressure as the legal battle progresses.
Fine, it's a difficult circumstance. He's making the best of the situation.
A situation one of Diddy's attorneys won't be part of moving forward. Anthony Rico announcing in court docs, under no circumstances can he continue defending the embattled rapper.
This is a serious proceeding with serious consequences, and all of us are addressing it accordingly.
In a motion filed on Thursday, Rico stopped short of revealing why he's stepping down from Diddy's legal team, just months ahead of the music mogul's scheduled trial date in May for sex trafficking and racketeering charges, all of which Diddy's denied.
You know, Dr. King called it the law of unintended consequences. So sometimes the more you push a person down, the stronger they get.
That's Rico speaking up late last year for his now former client. ET's learned the attorney's exit will not affect Diddy's other attorneys, nor their defense strategy.
I told Mr. Combs I'm going to try and get his case to trial as quickly as possible. He has been ready to defend this case since he first found out about this case. Nothing has changed from his perspective.
You're going to hear about my party. They're going to be shutting them down. They're going to probably be arresting me.
After Diddy was arrested, Rico said he provided a high level of legal representation. But now, for reasons unknown, he can under no circumstances effectively serve in the upcoming trial.
Nobody's okay with staying in jail from now.
And high-profile death penalty attorney Anthony Rico. Now, while the pair joined around the same time, Anthony in a court filing on Friday said he's leaving the case. In the filing, Anthony Rico said, quote, "For the reasons set forth below, this motion for withdrawals is filed so that Sean Combs may move forward with his defense and to commence jury selection and trial without any delay. As a result of discussion with lead counsel Mark Agnifilo, this motion for withdrawal of counsel is filed. While I am aware that the local rule requires that an application for withdrawal of counsel is supported and granted, there are sufficient reasons related to protections afforded by the attorney-client privilege for brevity in my application for withdrawal as counsel in this case. Although I have provided Sean Combs with the high level of legal representation expected by the court, under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs," end quote. Now, essentially in legalese, I quit, but I can't go into details because of attorney-client privilege. According to the filing, though, the defense shakeup won't delay the case. Diddy will continue with 5 attorneys. That's Mark Agnifilo, Tenny Garagos, Alexandra Shapiro, Jason A. Driscoll, and Anna Esteval. Now, a judge still has to sign off on the motion, but with the government taking no position on it and the fact Anthony Rico spoke with Mark Agnifilo about it before filing the motion,
tensions around Sean Diddy Combs' legal battle are escalating. After decades with powerhouse firm Grubman, Shy, Missals, and Saxes, representing stars like Madonna, Usher, and Bruce Springsteen, Combs was dropped, reportedly after Lady Gaga pressured the firm. Earlier, attorney Anthony Rico also withdrew, citing irreconcilable differences. Combs' defense now seeks to dismiss charges, claiming racial bias, while prosecutors maintain the allegations involve coercion and exploitation during private freak-offs. He has pleaded not guilty. As the case advances, questions linger. Could potential testimony from Usher shift the outcome? Why has Justin Bieber remained silent? Hollywood's darkest secrets are facing the light.